it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We're focusing in on a viewer question, and that is how to handle a psychopathic at work, a psychopathic coworker. So it sounds to me from her inquiry and her question that she works in close proximity to this individual who is somewhat verbally abusive, condescending, and just creates an overall tension in the air. She didn't really provide me too many details, but she feels that this person is basically engaging in a lot of gossip, talking behind people's back, splitting behavior, that sort of triangulation, and trying to throw people under the bus, so to speak. Be very insultory, derogatory, and it makes it very difficult for her to focus. Well, I realize that I've done a number of videos on this, and you can research my video library on this. This is something I am keenly aware of. And realize that the psychopathic individual has one need and one need only, and that is to pursue their agenda. There's something that they are going to want, and that is generally power. And no matter what they have to do to obtain it, they're going to do whatever is required to get what they want. So if it's a higher position, if it's to be the one with all the attention, if it's to be the one who is laughed at, attended to, made to be the one in position of power. So that means there's an immediate hierarchy, even if the hierarchy in the organization doesn't work, doesn't exist. They're going to create an atmosphere of oppression, fear, and intimidation. And they do this oftentimes through the piercing psychopathic gaze. They do this through an aura of projection, sort of an energetic field that is created around their body that tends to be very, I don't want to say telepathic, but telekinetic in nature. Telekinetic meaning they have the ability to kind of move people and objects according to their will. It's a very strange phenomenon, and I don't mean to sound very woo-woo, but it basically means that they have such a strong need to overpower and control people, and because of their lack of consciousness, they emanate this from their being. Just like when you're walking down the street and you see a scary individual and you feel a palpable tension around them, you know that you want to cross the street. This person might be wielding a gun. They feel like a violator, a perpetrator, a criminal. It is something you just know. You know by the feeling. You know by a sixth sense. The psychopath in the workplace will also emanate the same sort of quality. So I understand that, and I want you to pay attention to that. And of course, the main thing is to realize and have an awareness of this type of individual, that they are going to use these tactics to try to basically keep, them, you and, everything kind of like, falling into their lap. They're going to try to create an atmosphere where all the attention is imbalanced towards them. And it's very difficult to resist this energy. It's very difficult to turn away and ignore. But that is the main thing you have to do, because the psychopathic game is one where they're always going to win, because they will resort to whatever tactics is required to get what they want. So whether they go in and hack people's email, they go into people's desks, they plan things from your email. I mean, there is no end at which they will sort of gaslight and destroy the harmony in a work environment. So be very careful. Definitely write things down. So keep a journal of transgressions where they have, stated things or created a hostile environment, because you do have recourse to human resources and protection if you feel a hostile work environment is created and there has been a direct connection to a lack of productivity. So, you need to document these things. You need to write these things. You need to keep a journal and take recourse to your human resources if need be. And furthermore, protect yourself. Don't feel like you have to give in to the cliques or the triangulation that they're trying to create in the atmosphere of the workplace. You do not need these people as friends. You do not need to go with them in terms of being on their projects. Just try to resist. I mean, even it's very important if it's becoming that serious and significant, change departments, change your desk, just let them know that you're not comfortable there and see what action steps you can literally take. I know a number of people, more than I can count on two hands, who have literally had to move jobs, move their location, and move their employment because of these individuals. It becomes a real obstacle. So do what you can within your work environment, and just become very in control over your emotional reactions. Come from a state of neutrality and indifference. Do not give in to these person with like laughs, jokes, eye contact. Do not make eye contact with these people. Do not look at them. Try not to interact with them as little as possible because of the extremely toxic nature with which they emanate from their being. And it really results in the destruction of others and their careers. I've known several people who have had their careers, their fortunes destroyed, their homes, their families, etc., destroyed by these psychopaths in the workplace, because once they get in and infiltrate the organization, it is very much like a cancer. It is to spread, and if it is not contained by people who know how to deal with it, then it is going to be rampant. And a lot of people who aren't aware of this type of situation or disorder, especially in the workplace, it's very, very serious. There's files that get broken into, money that gets stolen. It's just not a good thing. A lot of partnering with the boss and inroads made where they don't belong. They will just resort to anything coming in after work hours, getting into people's desks, etc. I mean, all that crazy making stuff. So it's not something I would play with. This is something I would really take seriously and look at moving your departments, look at moving your job, look at reporting at what need be to your human resources to protect yourself. And by all means, do not feel like you have to concede or give in to the psychopathic individual. And please feel free to make comments with more specifics on your question so we can better serve you. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.